Megan Thee Stallion. What's your favorite parts? Did you have a favorite part of Megan?
It's funny I'm sorry, I just got to bring. It's funny you said Megan Thee Stallion. I always want to, because you know Meghan Trainor, all about that bass. But I always want to say I know what both of them look like, right? Megan Thee Stallion and Meghan Trainor. I always like mix their names together, and I always say Megan the Trainer. And
instead of Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. And in my head, I create this like cacophony of like both of them. Like, who would Megan the Trainer be? Like, what would she look like?
Well, but it's also interesting. The only thing you steal from Megan Thee Stallion is the word "the."
Exactly.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening. But are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for Bald Guys and Bad Movies.
Welcome to Bald Guys and Bad Movies, episode 42. I am Troy, here with my buddy
Mike Stella.
Hey, Stella!
Mike Stella. I like singing your name.
Mike Stella.
Mike Stella. Stella. Or Miss Stella if you're nasty.
Shut
your
up,
new
Troy.
email, Miss Stella.
Shut up.
Or maybe it's Miss Stella. Miss Stella.
Miss Stella. It's a Miss Stella.
That's a spicy Miss Stella.
That's a Miss Stella.
Mike, is how's it been going, man? You're
Good,
back.
man.
You're back in my daily life, at least.
I know. I don't get enough of you bullshitting about movies. I guess I had to go subject myself to actual torment.
Hey, listeners, let me talk to you for a second. Mike, you can take a smoke break.
I don't smoke.
Mike thought he could leave me.
Shut up.
He went and found another job, and it didn't last very long because I am awesome. Our team is awesome, but mainly me.
I made a horrible decision.
He just missed me, pretty much.
I mean, in coming back.
So, it wasn't enough that we could chat at night here in the wee hours. Hello, listeners. It is 12 o'clock. Do you know where your kitten is? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Play Misty for me.
That's a good movie, by the way. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood? Okay. Anyway, Mike, what are we here to review today?
We are here to review Megan.
Ever since I was little, I dreamed of this perfect toy and that would protect a kid from ever feeling lonely or sad. This is Megan.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie. You should probably run.
And Megan, in case you don't know out there, Megan is a 2022 American science fiction horror film directed by Gerard Johnston, written by Akilah Cooper, who also wrote *Malignant*.
Oh,
got to keep an eye on this.
I liked it better than *Malignant*.
Lady. From a story by Cooper and James Wan, who also produced with Jason Blum, and starring Allison Williams and Violet McGraw, with Amy Donald physically portraying Megan and Jenna Davis voicing the character. Its plot follows the artificially intelligent doll who develops self-awareness and becomes hostile towards anyone who comes between her and her human
Sequel to Small Soldiers.
companion. They're already making a Megan 2.0, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
That's a great name, 2.0. Allison Williams, who plays the character of Gemma, scratch that, reverse it. Allison Williams is the daughter of Brian Williams,
Oh, yeah?
the TV newscaster guy.
Oh, I was thinking Brian Williams, the guy who sang the song from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That's Brian
Was it
Adams.
Oh, Brian Adams.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, both named Brian.
Looking at her, you could totally fucking see the similarity.
Which one is that? That's is that the guy who like got ousted for like bullshitting?
Yeah, the helicopter.
Like, lying about being
the helicopter
fired at the
bullshitter.
helicopter. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, totally. I could see that. Sure.
Yeah, I caught a tomahawk in my hands and threw it back to the enemy. So what do you think of Megan?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Was it scary fun or?
No, I mean it was creepy. It was like, oh fuck, that person's about to get fucked up. You know what I mean? Like there was those moments, but it was never like scary. It was. We watched it and we thought to ourselves, yeah, we could show this to Noah if he's interested. And so, we're going to probably show it to him this weekend.
It's funny you say that because that is the very problem I have with the film.
What?
The film.
Oh, that it's PG-13 and it's too.
I like the film. I wanted to love it, but
you needed it more blood and guts and more brutality.
I have a little information. The writer, Akilah Cooper, wrote it rated R.
Oh, I bet.
With a high body count. And the fucking studios, they were like, well, gore's not really selling right now, so we want to tame it down. And she was like, well, why can't we be the ones to make gore be a thing again? But yeah, it is actually family friendly. You know what I mean? There's nothing gratuitous.
Certain families, depending on the kids. My kid's all about that. He loves creepy shit.
Yeah.
I know people whose kids, like, they had to shut off Hocus Pocus because it got too scary for them. You know what I mean?
I'd say, and this is dating me because I'm an old fuck, it's like Poltergeist 1 level of intense.
I would not rate it nearly as intense as Poltergeist 1, dude.
Well, I'm not saying this is good.
For the time? Like, dude, that shit was creepy as fuck, dude. Like,
would Poltergeist scare Noah?
I would not show Poltergeist to Noah.
Well, maybe that's a bad example. But you're saying, though, Noah, he's 9 right now, right?
Yeah. Almost 10.
Almost 10. If a parent of a 10-year-old, this is a fine film to watch. That it doesn't go too far. It cuts away before the...
For my 10-year-old. You know what I mean? For my 10-year-old. I don't think every 9 or 10-year-old could watch it. I know for a fact there are some 9 or 10-year-olds who would see this and would be like, you know what I mean? Like freaked out.
If you have any phobias about a creepy fucking doll staring at you, then this'll stoke those fires, I'd say.
Sure will.
Funny, they never said, M3GAN, close your eyes. Who the fuck would want a doll just sitting there in the middle of the night? Her ass is charging. She had an ass charger and just staring out at space. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, where's that plug in?
Yeah. I recommend it, but with a little bit of a letdown. I was really looking forward to this. Like,
did you buy it?
I did buy it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was $5 extra to buy it. I was like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I always do.
I'm not gonna rent it for $20 or buy it for $25. I'm always gonna buy it, like always.
I mean, I got off cheaper because we were actually going to go to the movies.
Exactly.
Chloe and I, and it just never worked out. And then I heard there's an unrated version coming.
Oh.
So I was kind of hoping that would be what they would release.
You know, I'm always disappointed by unrated versions because I feel like they're never like with horror films. I feel like a lot of times they're not that much more gory. They're just shitty scenes that make the movie crappier, like added back into it.
Especially when it comes to suspense, horror, or action movies, tightening the belt can help intensify things. If you add shit just to be adding it, it can throw off the whole, like, the pacing and...
it's all about the pacing, man.
So, that's the non-spoilery review. Mike's a definite recommend. I'm kind of sure.
Meh.
Why not? But, and my sure why not is, I really see the potential, right?
Sure.
It wasn't I dislike what was there. I just felt when the film started getting going, it needed more teeth. And it felt kind of toothless. And I know this writer, since she wrote *Malignant*, which I really like, and that was a hard R, a capital R, right? That fucking went for broke. So knowing her sensibilities, I'm sure she has.
But how'd M3GAN do? Did it do pretty well in the theater?
It did really well. Commercial critical success, grossing over $146 million against, what's the budget? Guess what the budget was? It made $146 million.
Let me guess, $20 million.
12 million, dude.
Holy shit, dude. I was going to say 12. I was going to say 12 and then I said 20. God damn it. Should not have second guessed myself. I would have been right on the money.
That's a smash. Horror is where it's at, man. If we make a horror franchise, all we need is one solid idea. Sequels, baby. Merchandising. That's where the real money's made.
Well, right, exactly. What I was going to ask, though, is do you think that they made the right decision without the gore. I mean, obviously it's a hit, and I'm gonna say less gore means a bigger audience a lot of times, and so they probably were. I think they were smart, especially because it's a toy, like it's about a toy. You can get all those teenagers in there. They don't even have to, get permission from their parents to go see it.
Absolutely, from a financial standpoint.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, look, if I wrote this movie and they're telling me, hey, I know you wrote a gory script, but we can make like $100 million more potentially.
Right.
If we, make this kind of an all ages affair, like, okay. But what I hope,
Okay.
But what I hope they did was film the excessive gore or film it gory, but then cut it down, and then you release the unrated version.
Well,
it is truly an unrated version.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. I feel like the best way to do an unrated version, and I don't have any examples to bring up here. Really, in my opinion, the unrated versions are really only necessary for horror films. You know what I mean? Or maybe the occasional action film. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in those, don't add any sort of exposition-y scenes. Like, you should not be adding any exposition-y scenes. Like, all the extra scenes should be action or gore or violence or something like that. But better yet, don't add extra scenes. Put in the more gory
the alternate
version,
takes
the alternate takes. Like, use the alternate takes, and then you don't run into a situation where you're fucking up the timing, you're fucking up the pacing, because the pacing's the same. All you're doing is adding the take where, maybe it's an extra second or two, and instead of just one chop with the machete, it's 6 or 7. You know what I mean? Like, while it would have been fun to have it be a little bit more brutal, actually I didn't even care, to tell you the truth. I actually thought they did a great job of not overdoing it and really kind of riding that razor's edge of just brutal enough and making it fucked up. Like, dude, okay, we're gonna get into spoilers here. Mm-hmm. The fucking kid, where she rips his fucking ear off, where I'm just like, oh fuck. She starts chasing him, and I'm just like, he's fucking dead. And then he falls off and gets hit by the car. I was like, oh, man.
I gotta say, I was on Megan's side a good portion of this movie.
Dude, I was like, what is this little kid about to do to this robot? Like, he's like on top of her.
I thought that too. And I was watching with Chloe. I'm like, wait a minute. What's about to go down here? And this isn't a critique. It's a horror movie thing, I guess. You know who's gonna fucking bite it, like for fact.
Always
the neighbor who's a total asshole with the dog that fucking bites the little girl, and I don't wish harm on the animal, but I was more mad at the neighbor for being a douchebag. The kid who's just an outright fucking asshole from an 80s movie.
Fuck off, Karen, or whatever her name is. Fuck off, Carol. To where his mom is like, you know what they say? What did she say? Aggression does equate to a higher IQ, so it really does make sense. I think that's something.
And is that when he said "fuck off"?
Right after he said "fuck off, Carol."
The film was very funny. It had a great sense of humor. It didn't take itself too seriously. And what did you think of the boss?
I loved it. He was funny. He was funny, dude. He was in Shang-Chi, right?
Oh, who did he play in Shang-Chi?
He was the guy at the Fight Club in the elevator, the one with the funky hair.
Yeah.
世界来了，你的车技实在是太帅了。
My Chinese sucks.
All good. I speak ABC.
Oh, great.
I'm John.
John.
Welcome to the Golden Daggers Club.
Yeah, that was him.
He's got a odd, it's like an accent, but not quite an accent.
He's very distinct. I think he's done a lot of probably a lot of work to try and get rid of it. And so I think he kind of got to a point where it's at the perfect place.
Yeah, it works. It's very unique.
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
It's so perfect because it's enough of an accent. You can really tell that he has an accent, but you can understand every single word that comes out of his mouth. And so it's like just enough to like really make it nice. Like, I think it's perfect.
For this role, is a nice blend of an accent with asshole CEO, the braggart douchebag tone.
Totally. Dude, what about, I'm sorry, but
No, go ahead.
I just gotta jump to the scene where they're showing it off to like the big wigs and the girl is all sad and Megan comes up and fucking, that's okay, and then does the whole thing like, tell me about a happy memory with your mom, and like you see the CEO guy like, oh shit, this is fucking amazing.
You can see the dollar signs.
Yeah, just ching 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 ching. Yeah, totally.
Now, and I'm happy you brought that moment up because
That was a great moment.
it was a great moment because they did a really good job with subtle acting with Megan.
Yeah.
If you remember, she kind of looked like everyone was like unsure of what to say or what to do, and she was kind of looking over.
I got this.
At the mom,
I got this.
You fucking bitch. You made her come. I'll take care of this. Like it was just in a look and a head turn.
Dude, what about the seriously flush the toilet?
And she'll never run out of patience.
Katie, seriously, flush the toilet.
Oh man.
Only $10,000 to own your own Megan.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're not too far from that though. In
No,
real
we're
life.
not.
Fucking Skynet with a dress.
Totally.
It's coming. And let me pinpoint one moment where I thought if they had just done this, I probably would have felt a little bit more satisfied. And it was at the very end. They set up this event where it's gonna, I guess, the big Megan unveiling, and they have a bunch of kids and moms.
Like the launch party.
Yeah. And she comes out of the elevator, and I thought, oh shit, this is gonna be
A bloodbath.
If you remember, Malignant kind of had that moment, right? But okay, not a bloodbath, but film it in a way and do it in a way so it's not like blood flying. But I felt like there was going to be a little bit of a slaughter.
Right.
With her trying to leave the lobby. But it just felt like,
You know what? Tell you the
Wah,
truth,
wah.
I don't, even if they didn't do a slaughter, but I thought it would have been fun to see them because they don't see Megan in that instance. They just see the dead bodies.
Right,
I think it would have been fun to see Megan standing there with the freaking paper cutter blade,
Right,
dripping
right.
with blood, and just kind of looks at them all creepy, and then they're like, fuck this, and they all scream and run. Like,
Right.
that would have been a nice little touch,
and maybe just give me like a couple security guards.
Yeah.
That she just takes care of. Like,
there you go. Yeah, a couple security guards who are trying to protect them.
Breaks a wrist and, kicks another one to the side or whatever. Like, give me a little something. But anyway, look, and let me, again, it's not about, there's a difference between like a Friday the 13th gore fest where it's all about just the gore. This is a really good story, I thought. I think it's a good concept. And let's face it, it's Chucky reimagined for a new generation, right?
Yeah. Because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show it to Noah, because he's always been super interested in Chucky. But Andrea and I like rewatched it to see if we could show it to him, and no way.
Child's Play was fucking the first one I remember.
It wasn't just that it was scary, like it's super inappropriate. Like there's all sorts of fucked up sort of like scenes in it that are just like very adult situations. Like and we were just like, I don't want to. Yeah, he should not be watching this.
You mean beyond Chucky with the knife?
Beyond just the
and I know he had a
stuff.
Filthy mouth too. So.
Yeah, like he was just saying horrible shit to the lady before he chucks her out the window at the beginning of the movie.
You bitch!
I said talk to me, damn it, or else I'm gonna throw you in the fire!
You stupid bitch! You filthy slut! Did you fuck with me?
You fucking bitch! Like just the way he says it. Like in M3GAN, it's not until the very end where, and I love it. She's like, "You ungrateful little bitch."
You ungrateful little bitch.
Little girl. I thought that part was fucking priceless.
Do you know who Gallagher is? Do you remember?
Yeah. The guy who smashes the watermelons.
Yeah, she had Gallagher hair at the end. When Megan's hair got torn out, all I could think of is like, I just saw a comb over.
Right. I will say, like, I thought it was funny as hell when she like pulls out the hedge trimmer and she's trying to like cut into Megan. I'm like, hey, isn't Megan like made out of titanium and shit? I'm like, that hedge trimmer ain't doing shit to that fucking robot, dude.
It's just a really good excuse to tear her hair out and have a cool scar. Laundry meter.
It's time for Mike's laundry meter.
Where we stand on the laundry meter for Megan?
I did 2 loads of laundry, but I think I just needed to fold laundry. So
2 loads of laundry.
I had 2 clean loads of laundry and I folded them while I watched it. I do think towards the end I might have gotten a little tired if I hadn't been folding laundry. But because I was folding laundry, I was up the whole time.
Here's a question. Do you save laundry for the nights you're going to watch movies?
No.
Or do you always have laundry to fold?
Well, the wife will do laundry. She is not very reliable when it comes to folding laundry. Sometimes she'll do it. Sometimes she won't. Sometimes we'll have like 4 loads just piled together.
Well, in a basket? Like just sitting there?
In baskets and just sitting on our couch, like on the edge of our couch. And it'll be there for a couple days because I don't feel like watching anything. I want to play a game instead. And so I'll just play my game and just let that shit sit there for a couple days. Eventually I'll see a movie. I'll put on a movie or
that's what I was going to ask.
Something.
Do she usually suggest the movies? Hey, Mike, want to watch a movie? Because she'll know you're just... your hands will drift for laundry.
Not so much. I mean...
Okay.
I think more when she wants to watch a movie, it's because she wants to hang out.
This was a 2-load movie.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, yes, in reality it was. Whether or not it needed to be a 2-load movie, I don't think so. I think I would have been pretty into it for 90% of the movie.
Laundry optional, but okay if you fold.
Yeah.
And there goes another edition of Laundry Meter. There you go. So at what point were you watching Megan did you say, hey, this is pretty damn good? Was there a point? There's always that point. There's always that point in a movie where you
do know at the beginning when the parents and her get hit by the truck, I was like, wow, that was bad. That was some shitty CG. I was like,
well, I wasn't thinking that. I turned to Chloe, was like, how stupid are they? I find opportunities to educate her, whether she retains it or not. Like, okay, whenever you start driving and if you can't see anything around you, don't stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Pull off to the side. Even if you can't see the side, it's better to pull off to the side and stop in the middle of the road. Because no one can see, you can't see, and they can't see. But anyway, I was more enraged.
I hope you also told her, if you're ever going anywhere where you might be encountering snow, make sure you have chains in your car. That is the moral of the story there.
Right.
Chains. Always put on chains.
Well, the chains isn't what killed them, though. But that moron stopped in the middle of the road.
But they probably wouldn't have stopped in the middle of the road if they had chains, because they would have had traction and would have been able to drive.
They were filled with terrible decisions.
Just, you know.
How about the fart doll? What was the name of the...
Perpetual Pets. Oh, my God. I was really hoping after the crash happened, like, we'd see the car tumble and everything, and then you'd see, like, the thing fall into frame and just be like, whoa, that was crazy.
Now I'm mad it didn't do it. That was such low-hanging fruit.
I know, dude. Like, it just kind of is like, oh, that scared the poop out of me. And then it poops.
That would have been genius.
Like, dude, it would have been so funny. Yeah, that was what I was really hoping was going to happen, and they didn't do it. I was like, son of a bitch, that would have been so funny. Because they had already established that it was a tongue-in-cheek sort of movie by that point from the commercials for the toy.
So here's the question. I'm not even going to call it a flaw, and maybe I missed it. The sister Gemma, so she winds up taking custody of the little girl who's in the movie after her dumbass parents stop in the middle of the road to discuss the weather or whatever. I didn't see... Clearly they were estranged. They were estranged, like, in terms of sister to sister. But I felt like it was never addressed, really.
I didn't really think they were estranged so much as, you know, like, they just didn't talk much. You know what I mean?
She didn't have much of an emotional response to... Like, I don't remember... It was jarring to me.
It was very weird to me that Gemma was just like, oh, they're dead. I gotta deal with this kid.
Yeah, like there was a frame missing.
That was very, very odd to me. I would have to agree with that.
Well, I thought later on in the film you would get a little bit of backstory, maybe reveal why she's not that emotionally impacted visibly, but I mean, I don't know. It just felt like a weird omission from the film.
You know, I thought it would have been good to kind of see her kind of like dealing with it in her own way. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Some sort of something.
Yeah, anything.
It was very jarring. Like, why doesn't she give a fuck that her sister just got killed? You know what I mean? She
was literally more concerned about work, which I get. That's part of her thing. But when you got to take care of a kid and now you're trying to balance both, but I wanted at least one moment or two of a sense of loss. The whole reason this is happening is because your fucking sister died in a horrible car crash.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how much you don't talk to her, like, you're going to be sad that your sister just fucking died.
Right.
You know? Like, Jesus.
M3GAN is so intuitive, or, you know, searches the internet at all times. Probably searches psychology websites or whatever. If you didn't have that moment, maybe have M3GAN kind of bring it up. Because she did that a couple times. Like, she was psychoanalyzing her, the adult.
Right.
I don't know. It just felt like it was a dangling participle just hanging in the air that was never addressed. Well, see, I was going to say, what's your favorite kill? But, I mean, there wasn't a lot of death, really.
There was, like...
The boss?
The kid, the old lady, the dog, the boss's assistant.
Yeah. It just felt, like I said at the beginning, it felt like the movie was ending just when it was beginning to ramp up, really.
Right.
So
I did like... I will say I liked this dance better than I liked the Wednesday dance. And I think I liked it because she dances her little butt over there, then pulls the damn blade off the paper cutter. I've always thought to myself, like, that is a sharp motherfucking blade, dude. Like, you do not want to get your finger caught in that shit. Like, dude. My favorite, I don't know. I really liked the dance. I really liked her fucking with the kid because he was a little fucking asshole. I liked that, like, the first time you hear her calling the dog and she's, like, using the owner's voice to call the dog into the yard. I was like, oh, man, this is good. The dog's like,
I like how the voice almost had an auto-tune cadences at times. Not all the time, but, you know. They did a really good job. So there's an actress, obviously, who played M3GAN, a young actress. But was that CG? Did they have a practical mechanical mask?
Oh, I don't know.
Animatronic puppet version of M3GAN that was used for dialogue and close-ups. There's also a second animatronic used for certain scenes, as well as a possible stunt version of M3GAN that was not puppeteered. The animatronic M3GAN was puppeteered via a variety of techniques, which included radio-controlled facial expressions and automated lip sync for the dialogue. The temp guide tracks provided during filming by New Zealand actress Kimberly Crossman, and a puppeteer physically moving M3GAN's head and body. Amy Donald performed any of M3GAN's scenes that caused for physical movement the puppet could not do. On set, Donald wore a silicone M3GAN mask created by Murat Effects. This was later replaced by a CGI version of M3GAN's face to match that of the animatronic.
That makes sense. I mean, that's the best way to do stuff like this, in my opinion, is you do a practical effect and then you enhance it with CG. I actually really liked Megan's outfits. I thought her outfits were really cool. Like, her outfit when she was in the
forest
was gorgeous. Like, I thought she looked really good.
The dance is what really sold me on the movie. Like, my son, he saw the dance in the trailer, and he's like, oh, this is stupid. This movie's going to be cringe. I'm like, no, I love it. This is why I want to see this movie, because of that moment. And I felt like when that moment happened, that was like near the end. Her attitude and, you know what I mean? Like, the full Megan revealed herself. Like, I wanted more moments like that. Not dancing.
Right.
But like
Megan.
Like an attitude and, you know, like the slyness and ingesting culture and throwing it back at you in a violent way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what that was the promise of that dance moment. Like, oh, this is going to be cool. I think the sequel will probably be even better because they're probably going to have even more budget and even more, not that they need it, but, you know, more allowance to do what they want to do. And,
totally.
You know, and you don't have to have a lot of gore. Like, I'm fine. I like the concept enough that I would like to see a sequel. And if that means it's PG-13, great. But I want more. Maybe without the setup, they don't have to fucking set shit up completely.
Right.
We could just get to it. But the movie achieved what it set out to do, except I just wish it had done more. Look, it checks the boxes. Creepy doll. She gets some kills in there. You know, little girl bonds with Megan, and then little girl turns on the Megan at the end. It's like child's play all over again.
Yeah. What was it? It's like you didn't meet all our family members. Are you like, this is our other family member, Bruce. And then Bruce, the robot, stands up, and I was like, oh yeah. I was like, here comes Bruce, about to fuck this demonic little fucking robot up. I was like, it was awesome.
When he showed up in the very beginning, I turned to Chloe, this is foreshadowing.
Yeah,
this is
no
what we
shit.
call this. Even down to, and this chip, if you know, this is where all the processing, of course, that came into play.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think happened? Do you think she like downloaded herself into the little home helper bot thingy, something?
Probably.
Because I know at the end, like the little helper bot kind of turns to the camera.
Alexa.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's the easiest thing to do. She uploaded herself to the fucking cyberspace to be re-downloaded. Because you know the assistant, wasn't he stealing the plans?
He was stealing the plans.
So did he ever send that to someone? Because that's how you make a new Megan body.
Yep.
And she gets re-downloaded back into her body. So there you go. Just seed the sequel right in there.
Yep, slide it right in.
So, Mike, what would you rate Megan?
I'm going to give it the good old, I think I'm going to give it a 3.5.
3.5? Okay.
That's my generic. It was good. It's fun. You know, I liked it. It wasn't amazing, but I enjoyed it.
And it just 3.5 regular old stars?
Oh, yeah, right. I'm supposed to, oh, no, definitely.
Don't take mine.
I might 3.5 ripped ears.
You motherfucker! You. Of course you took it. I always let you go first because it's more of a challenge. Now I got to think of one. But finish your.
Yeah, 3.5 ears ripped off of an asshole bully child who then gets mowed over by a truck. That shit was too good, dude. I was like, oh, he falls into a street. I'm like, he's fucking dead. Here comes a truck. There it is. And then they show it like his shoe is still on the, like you just hear, dung, and he just disappears and his shoe is on the fucking floor. I'm like, oh man, that's brutal.
See, and that was a moment I'm like, that's where some blood should have been. But I get it, PG-13.
I mean, there was a little bit of blood on the pavement, but yeah, it could have been much more.
I wanted a red smear, but
yeah,
whatever. You know, I've been back and forth because I was disappointed. I was expecting much more, but I really think it's a strong premise. The execution was well. It was funny, so I'll give it a 3.
Cool.
I'll give it a 3 old ladies blasted in the face with pesticide.
Oh, dude, that was good.
Out of 5.
That was good. That was good. I was like, who the fuck puts pesticide in a fucking pressure washer? Like, is that even like a thing? Man, you ever notice how every time we watch like some goofy, shitty movie that, you know what I mean? Like, we have like very little to say. That we watch like Banshees of Inisherin and like we just could go on and on about.
Is it really a surprise?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, difference between a novel and a fucking, you know, choose your own adventure book.
Right.